New Zealand is a leader in eco-friendly wine. The first to establish a national sustainability program, more than 96% of vine-growing land here is managed according to specific environmental standards. The industry has pledged to be carbon neutral by 2050, and more producers are going organic. Of around 1,400 registered growers and wineries, more than 13% are certified organic, compared to less than 1% 2 decades ago. I've come to the south of the country, in the renowned Pinot Noir region of central Otago, where almost a quarter of producers are organic, to see for myself the challenges and rewards of an all-natural harvest.
Rosie.
Hi, nice to see
Juliet.
you.
Nice to meet you. Beautiful property.
At Carrick Winery, they've transformed semi-arid grazing land into picture postcard vine terraces. The vineyard's been certified organic since 2008.
That means that we're not using any pesticides, herbicides or fungicides in the vineyard, or any synthetic fertilisers either.
But going organic isn't easy or cheap. Here, the dramatic change in land, waste and soil management initially sent costs soaring and yields plummeting. Now vines are back to their prime, and the deep beds of fine porous mineral sands below them no longer leach chemicals into the environment.
Anything going through our soil is going to go into that water and then eventually end up in our communities. So it's really important that we sort of think about what we're putting onto our land here.
Of 16 wines produced here, 4 are natural, meaning no filtration, processing or standard additives are used to make wines fruitier, fresher and keep for longer.
It's quite cloudy, it's almost orange in colour.
While some consumers might find this cloudy Riesling hard to swallow,
I like it.
their 100% organic wine tastes fine to me. But in the early days, getting fellow producers to embrace change wasn't as easy as it is now.
Hello.
Hello, lovely to meet you.
Passionate organic winemaker Duncan Forsyth has seen a sea change in the way vines and the wine they produce are cultivated and processed.
Organics was probably the domain of sandal-wearing hippies 20 years ago. Now it's just seen as a baseline.
Not content with adopting the usual land, waste, water and renewable energy management, Duncan found himself at the forefront of a bold tilt at the dirtiest part of wine's carbon footprint, the classic glass bottle. Making, transporting and even reusing heavy glass bottles uses fossil fuels and emits greenhouse gases.
We were the first in New Zealand to start selling wine in keg, so it's like a very small beer keg. It's about 20 litres and it holds 2.5 cases of wine.
But replacing elegant, visually appealing glass bottles with stubby, refillable kegs proved controversial.
I wasn't seen as the most popular person. It was seen as dumbing down the industry, and I got a number of phone calls with people asking what I was doing, how dare I. That easy.
But sticking to their guns, or in this case kegs, is proving profitable and popular, up from 1 to 10% of total sales. And far from dumb or down market, most of Mount Edward's kegs go to high-end outlets. Acclaimed for its pursuit of renewable energy and sustainability, this hotel bar has 7 wines on tap, each one coming directly from nearby vineyards in kegs. That cuts thousands of wine miles bottles of the same product would take via the regular storage, wholesale and distribution chains spanning the country.
Eliminating transportation costs, it kind of reduces the carbon footprint as well. Every little bit that we can do to do that is huge.
Wine by the keg isn't so practical when it comes to shipping wine to the biggest and most valuable market, individual consumers overseas. Like all the growers I'm visiting, Blair Walter is embracing lightweight bottles as a way of reducing the carbon emissions produced in the export of his premium wines. The thinner bottles are up to 50% lighter than traditional long necks.
That's 417 grams. You feel how light it is.
What goes inside the bottle comes from biodiverse fields, where a range of plants and vine-friendly pest-eating insects thrive amongst the grapes. Waste such as cuttings, cow manure and even eggshells from the vineyard chickens are mixed into a compost to feed the vines.
How much better is that than getting your fertiliser and nutrient for the vineyard from a sack?
By growing naturally, recycling organics and ensuring suppliers use minimal packaging, this entire commercial business produces less waste than a typical domestic household.
So we have a domestic sized wheelie bin that's emptied fortnightly, and that's the only waste to landfill.
Blair and his fellow organic winemakers may be leading New Zealand's charge to sustainability. But despite all the hard work being done, they're the first to admit there is still a long road ahead. And it's consumers who will ultimately drive others to change.